This week's Come Follow Me had a definition of what Antichrist was, and I loved it. Let me read it to you. An Antichrist is one who would assume the guise of Christ, but in reality would be opposed to Christ. And so it's hard to argue back with those people because of that pretense that they have that they are for Christ and they are fighting for him, when in reality you know and God knows that they're not. And sometimes these people are flat out rude to you. They'll call you out, they'll criticize what you're doing, and sometimes say the most blasphemous things that are so hurtful. And what I had to learn was to respond how Jesus Christ would respond, because it's so tempting to say something super sassy right back at them. But that's not what Christ would do. No matter how rude they are to you, respond like Christ. Say nothing. Be meek. Be kind and courteous back. Because Christ suffered so much and he never spoke back against them unjustly and rudely. And so as tempting as it might be to throw one right back at them, channel that in and pray to react how Jesus Christ himself would act if he was there.
I definitely agree with Emily. It is so important to respond with love. I had an experience on my mission where my companion and I were walking towards this guy who was walking his dog, and me just being all bubbly, I was like, hey, like, what's your name? Like, just trying to start up a conversation. And he was like, I'm not interested. And I was like, oh, in what? Because like, I haven't even told you yet. And of course I was like feeling a little defensive and sassy. And he was just like, I know what you guys are doing and I'm not interested in it. And I was like, oh, well, like, let me at least tell you, I'm Armana Callahan. We're from the church. And of course he's just like not even listening at this point. And I'm like, okay. And so I didn't really know what to do. And my companion walks up to him and just says, oh my goodness, your dog is so cute. What breed is your dog? And she starts this conversation with him. And of course, at first he's defensive and just kind of like, why are you talking to me? But he softened up a little bit, and she was able to just talk with him about how long he'd had his dog. He told her that his dog was sick and he was concerned about his health and stuff. And so although he didn't want to hear about the gospel in the end of it all, he at least softened up and saw that at least my companion was a normal human being. And so when we got in the car, she just kind of said, you know, like, I was like, yeah, it's so hard. Like, sometimes it makes me so mad that people, they're just like, I'm not interested, and they don't even give us a chance, you know? And she's like, yeah, well, people expect us to be pushy, and, you know, you kind of proved them right. And I was like, oh, like, that's so true. And she said, you know, we have to show people that we care about them. We have to show them that we're real people. And that was something I really admired about her. I know that if you try to be like the Savior Jesus Christ in showing love towards other people and a genuine concern for them, they'll be more likely to at least have a good opinion of the church and to recognize us as disciples of Jesus Christ.